Hey everybody, this is Tom with Board Gamer. Today we're going to be talking about a game that's tiny in stature, yet epic in gameplay and depth. Oh yeah, also it takes place in space. Let's blast off and colonize these planets before our friends to make our own tiny epic galaxy. Tiny Epic Galaxies from Gamelin Games is a 1 to 5 player game for ages 14 and up with a 30 to 45 minute gameplay length. The basic overview of Tiny Epic Galaxies is to expand your empire by colonizing planets and adding their point values to your total galaxy score. The galaxy with the most points in the end wins. Game setup begins with each player receiving a playmat with matching empire, energy, and culture tokens, along with 4 spaceships. First, let's go over the playmat. Starting from the far right is the Empire track. Place the Empire token on the star. This track indicates your Empire's current level. When you increase your level, you will gain all benefits to the left of your star token. We will go more into detail about this later. The next track is the ship track. This indicates the number of ships available to you. You start with 2 ships and place them at the center of your galaxy. Once that is done, you will place the remaining ships on the 2 squares marked with the number 3 and 4 in them. These will be obtained by raising your empire level on the track to the right to the appropriate level. The third track is the dice track. The number listed is the number of dice you may roll on your turn. Much like the ship track, the number of dice you may use will increase as your empire level does. The dice you roll indicate the actions you may perform on your turn. We will go over those as they come up. The final track contains the victory points acquired by leveling up your empire. Don't forget to add these points when calculating your score each turn. Now let's move on to the track on the left, which is where you will keep track of your energy and culture. Begin by placing your culture token on number 1. There is also a small icon on the mat to help you remember where to start. Culture is used when following another player's action, as well as activating certain card abilities. We will go over those as they come up. Next, place the energy token on number 2. It also has the icon to help remind you. Energy is used to reroll dice as well as activate certain cards. Once all players have finished setting up their mats, shuffle the planet cards and draw a card for each player plus 2 and lay them face up in the middle of the table. If playing with 5 players, only lay out a total of 6 planets. Place activation mat and dice within reach of all players. If desired, the lid of Tiny Epic Galaxies doubles as a dice tray. Finally, shuffle all secret mission cards and deal 2 to each player face down. They will choose to keep one and discard the other. Once chosen, slide it under your playmat. Now that everything is set up, we can choose the first player and begin. The game recommends the youngest player goes first, but it's really up to you. Here we have a 3-player game set up, and black will be the first player. The black player on their turn will take 4 dice because their empire is still level 1. The black player rolled a move ship, an energy, and 2 economy dice. The player may choose any order to play the dice and even discard dice they do not wish to play. To activate the dice, they must be placed on the activation bay in order in which they want to be activated. In this example, the black player plays the Move Ship die. When moving a ship, it can either land on a planet's surface or its colony track. Once a die is activated, before activating the next die, it is customary to ask if anyone would like to follow that action. In this example, the yellow player wants to get a head start for their next turn and spends 1 culture to follow the Move Ship action. They are allowed to move 1 ship to any desired planet's track or surface. Next, the black player chooses to activate their energy die. By doing so, they collect energy from every planet they are currently on with the energy symbol, including their own galaxy. In this example, the black player only gains 1 energy. The red player wishes to follow this action. Since both of their ships are on their own galaxy, they gain 2 energy. They move down the culture token by 1 for following and move up their energy token by 2 for the energy gained. Finally, the black player plays both economy dice and moves along the planet's colonization track. Each die allows you to move only 1 ship, 1 space, no matter how many ships are placed on planets with similar colonial tracks. The black player is also allowed to do this without asking if anyone would like to follow, because both the red and yellow player are out of culture and cannot follow the action. That ends the black player's turn. Next is the yellow player's turn. The yellow player rolls and receives a utilized colony, culture resource, and 2 economy dice. The first thing they want to do is use the utilized colony die that allows them to upgrade their empire. Since they are only level 1, it only costs 2 energy or 2 culture to upgrade. Either can be used, but not in combination with each other. The yellow player spends 2 energy to move their empire token up 1. With the level 2 empire, they are still only allotted 2 ships, but they have gained an extra die to use on every turn after this one, as well as a single point. The black player wishes to follow the upgrade colony move and spends 1 culture to follow and 2 energy to upgrade. The yellow player does not like any of the dice they have left, but instead of discarding them at the end of their turn, they will use the converter in the activation bay. To do this, they will place 2 undesired dice in the square, and by doing this, they are able to change the 3rd unused die to any side they desire. In this case, they choose energy and acquire 2 energy thanks to the planet they are on and their own galaxy. Finally, it's the red player's turn. They roll a move ship, utilize colony, diplomacy, and economic die. First, they will use move a ship and land on the planet's surface, which allows them to use the planet's ability. Next, they will utilize colony to upgrade. Then, they will spend 1 energy to re-roll the remaining dice. They re-roll and receive a move ship and a democracy. They will blast off from their galaxy and land on a planet's track, and then use diplomacy to move on that track. Play will continue with dice and ships being added to galaxies as the players upgrade their empires, as well as planets being added to their galaxies. Once a planet is acquired, it is slid under your galaxy map with just the ability showing. Once this is done, and you roll a utilized colony die, you may use an ability of a planet in your galaxy instead of upgrading your empire. Once a player reaches a total of 21 points, the end of the game is triggered. All remaining players take their final turn, so that every player has taken the same number of total turns. Once completed, all players reveal their secret missions. If the mission was completed, add it to your total, and the player with the most points wins. And that's Tiny Epic Galaxies. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified about new videos. If you're bored now, click this for more games.